it's Sam. So today I'm gonna be doing a kind of just like a get ready with me. So I got a couple of boxes in this month. One was the Allure beauty box, one was BoxyCharm. This isn't sponsored, I'm just like playing with the stuff because I had a lot of you guys on Instagram, because I unboxed them on Instagram, and I had a lot of you guys asking for me to use these products, so I figured I would just go ahead and share them with you guys today and try them all out. So I'll show you right now the new things that we're gonna be testing out. This is the CoverFX palette. This is the Perfector Face Palette in light medium. This came in my BoxyCharm, so it looks like this. You've got contour, highlight, and blush, as well as a finishing powder. We're also going to be testing out the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Monaco. What else is new? I am going to be applying my makeup with, oh, I forgot to use the new finishing brush, darn it. I had these. These were some new brushes that I was going to play with, but I forgot to. But I did apply my foundation with like actual, I'm trying to find it, I don't know where it's gone, actual brushes today instead of a beauty blender. I did my concealer as well. So these are the Sigma brushes that I tested out. I also tested out the Model Co Metallic Eyeshadow Trio in Mykonos. Loreal has new mascaras. This is the Unlimited mascara, and it's got one of these wands where you can keep it straight like this, or you can bend it like this. So we tested this out today. I tested out some new lipsticks from Urban Decay. I don't know if these are new or if they just like sent them to me. That's the kind of confusing thing about PR sometimes, is that they'll send you these things and so you're like, okay, is this a new color, or are you just sending it to me because you're just sending it to me? So I don't know if these are new colors or not. I feel like Naked can't, that has to be a classic color. So I don't know if these are new colors. I probably have them in my collection, but it's been so long that I don't remember. But one is Heartless, and then one is Naked, so we're testing those out. So we're just gonna have a fun time playing with makeup today. My hat is from Walmart, in case you guys are wondering. I am obsessed with this hat, you guys. I was looking, I'm gonna be doing like a Walmart beach essentials, like fun summer kind of like holiday vacation ideas for you guys. For those of you who are on a budget, and like the stuff that I found is like insane. I cannot believe it. I was so impressed. So I cannot wait for you guys to see that video. But this is one of the pieces. Is this not the most beautiful camel color and like a light pink little fedora? I just love it. I hope you guys enjoy. My lip gloss is back in stock. This is the IGXO Maxine. So if you guys haven't already got yours, it is back in stock now. So you guys can stock up if you have it and you love it, or you can get it if you haven't already. That's my holy grail. That's what I wear every single day. So that's what I ended up with because I tried on all of the other things and I didn't really like the finished look. So I ended up putting my Maxine lip gloss on top. So that's what I'm currently wearing at the moment. But let's go ahead and get started. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. You can also click that notification bell and then you'll be notified when I upload. But you can always follow me on Instagram, which is @SamSherman, which is a really great way to find out if I have a new video because I always upload them in stories. And then of course, if you liked this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. Comment down below, out of all of these products, which product would you be the most interested in trying out? I would love to know. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get started. Bye. Okay, so I'm just gonna be taking my Revlon Color Stay Combination Oily in 330. I do have a self tanner on right now. God, I haven't used a brush in so long. It's like so much effortless to use a brush, I feel like. Sometimes sponges are a lot of work. This is the Sigma Edge Kabuki F87. I like how it gets under your eye really well. It's quite nice because it's like stiff, but then that little edge is like quite flexible. Good for getting on the eye. Yeah, I really like this brush. I think it's actually quite good. I mean, I never usually use brushes, but honestly, I feel like this was just like so easy to use. I love that little tip. I feel like it's like really kind of natural finish. That's the thing sometimes with sponges, is I feel like you can get like super full coverage, but sometimes it's kind of nice to just have a little bit lighter. Especially when I'm self-tanned, I'm like not too bothered. I'm just gonna go ahead and take my Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. This is in the color Tan. And I do a tiny little bit there and a tiny little bit there. And then a tiny weeny That was too much. Well, shoot. Then I'm gonna take the same concealer in Fair. I just love this concealer so much. And then I'm gonna take the P87 to blend this concealer out. I might need to pull out the sponge for this. Or maybe I should just do another brush like this. Yeah, that worked. I think the bigger one works a little bit better. Then I'm just gonna make sure everything's like blended out. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the curved Kabuki F83 for the head. And then for the nose, I'm gonna take the P87. This one's a little bit smaller. So I definitely had like way too much on the top of my nose. So I'm just kind of like wiping off my brush as I go. Then I am going to take just a squidge just right here. And then I'm just going to use this, oops, this contour one. I'm gonna go ahead and take the NARS, and I'm just gonna go ahead and pop that underneath. Now I'm gonna go ahead and use my Giorgio Armani setting powder. I feel like because I used the brush to apply the foundation, my freckles are kind of coming through a little bit, which I'm not normally like a fan of, but like there's a couple little freckles just peeking through right here and then a little bit on my forehead, and it's actually kind of cute. I'm just taking my Ben Nye Super White, by the way. Sorry. Totally forgot to tell you that. Just to add a little bit of brightness. I fell asleep so early last night. I think it was like 8:30. Because we stayed up super late binge watching, what is the show? You, which is so good. So the first episode was kind of like a little bit weird, and I was like, oh my god, I can't be dealing with this show. But then once you get past the first episode, then you're like, oh my god, this show is so good. And it's like super addictive. So I highly recommend you guys, if you haven't watched You. It's a little creepy, it's a little weird. Oh, I had finishing powder to use. Darn it. I'm so irritated. This is the Perfector face palette from CoverFX, and it's in the color light medium. This came in my BoxyCharm, and this is not a BoxyCharm video, but I'm so excited to try it. I'm just gonna go ahead and set a little bit more with this finishing powder because it comes in here, and I was gonna use it and I completely forgot, but it has little sparkles in it. So I'm kind of intrigued to see like what it's gonna look like on the face, if it's gonna make me look like some kind of sparkly vampire. So how many layers of powder can I possibly put on? I don't see any sparkles. Okay, then we have a contour color right over here, and this is the light medium palette. They do have a darker one as well. So I was really worried that this color was gonna be a bit too ashy on me. but seems to be doing quite well, actually. I feel like it's really hard to find the perfect contour color. Especially for me, I feel like things go really muddy and ashy on me. And so I always struggle, and I use the NARS Laguna, which I love. That one's so good. Plus, for me, contours are always the culprit of breakouts on my cheeks. And so I have to be really careful about what I can use. Like the Hoola bronzer, I'm obsessed with. It's so beautiful, but it breaks me out like nobody's business. It gives me like all these little bumps on my cheeks or jaw, like wherever I put it. So hopefully this doesn't happen with this, because this is actually really pretty. Lately I've been kind of like contouring a little differently. I pull it up a little bit more on the sides here because I have a huge wrinkle on this side from looking at the phone, which is freaking so annoying. And then it kind of makes the chin look a little bit more angular versus more rounded. Then we have a new little blush in here, which looks so pretty, and peachy coral. So I'm just gonna pop that on the cheeks. Kind of nice, because then like everything is all into one. Your finishing powder, your cheek, your contour, and then your highlighter. Like how convenient is that when you're traveling? This blush is so pretty. It's like the perfect little corally color. I hate when you bake and you're wearing black leggings and then it gets all over your leggings. So for my eyebrows lately, here is what I've been using. So this is the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Brush. So I brush my little hairs up like this. Then I take the Foolproof Brow Powder from Benefit. This is in the color number 1, and I use the tail end. I basically just take that. Someone's like knocking at my door and ringing the bell like insane. I'm not gonna go answer the door looking like this. I don't have anyone that's supposed to be coming over. I hate that. I think that's so rude when like people are coming to your house to do whatever they're trying to do, sell you something or whatever the case may be. And then they ring your bell, like they ring it the first time, ding dong, and then nothing. And then ding dong is like, oh my God, I'm baking right now. I just think that's really rude. Like, ring the bell once and be done. If someone doesn't come to your door, then they don't want to come to the door because they have baking powder all over their face. This is the Brow Gal, the Instant Brown Hair 02. It's like a little brow gel with microfibers. Let's just see how this bad boy does. Kind of just makes your eyebrows look a little fuller. I do feel like a little bit of the fibers kind of like wander off on your face a little bit. So like up here, they kind of like flew away and tried to get me. But other than that, that looks pretty good. Usually what I do is I take a little bit of the Urban Decay Brow Blade in the color Taupe, and I will usually add a couple of little strokes of hair. Just like here in the front, and then just on the tail a little bit. So now I am gonna go ahead and take the contour color out of that CoverFX palette, and I'm taking a little pixie brush. I love this brush, it's the EO2. It's like been my new favorite, it's so good. So I'm just gonna pop that into the crease. I just wanna go ahead and contour with this just so that we can see. So it's a little cool on the eyes, just a little bit, but it totally does the trick. I am gonna go ahead and take this brightener color on my brow bone. Oh wow, that's really pigmented. It's pretty light. So I'm also gonna take that brightener color right here in the inner corner. Wow, that's like perfect for that. These are so pigmented. Like normally I have to get whatever color I put here wet. I mean, obviously if I wet it, it would be even more intense. I have a palette here from Model Co. So I just want to play with this because someone asked me if I could use this in a tutorial. So I'm going to. So I think what I'm going to do is take this darker color right here. It's like a really pretty kind of burgundy. And I'm going to pop this all along my lid. It is quite like foiled. I actually feel like if I put it on with my finger, it'd probably be even better. But I just kind of want to build up the color right now. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this brown color and I'm going to kind of pop that into the crease. I am seeing a lot of fallout with this palette, or this trio I should say. And I'm just going to get a little fluffier brush and I'm just going to kind of blend out those edges and soften them just a little bit. Okay, now I do want to go ahead and put my finger in here because when I swatched them with my finger, it was like so much more intense. Yeah, so I think if you wet your brush or use your finger, like you can see the difference now between this eye and this eye. This one's way more intense, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to take this little rose gold color with my finger and I'm just going to pop that right into the center. Just so that when you like close your eyes, you have this like little thing of light. And then I'm just gonna soften the edges. This is why I've been doing my eyes first before I highlight lately. Just because when you get the fallout now, it's okay because I'm just brushing it all off and then you can go back and do your highlight. I am gonna go ahead and just put the contour color under my lash line. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that down. And then I'm gonna take the more bronzy color, not the red, but the kind of brownish color up here. And then I'm just gonna kind of darken it just a little bit. Insert watery eye now. I'm gonna curl my lashes. I am gonna pop a little bit of nude liner just in my waterline on the bottom here, just to kind of make the bottom color really pop. That way it's just like, whoa, dark on the bottom. I'm gonna take my Voluminous Lash Paradise base, and I think I have some new mascaras actually from Loreal. It came in this little box and it's called the Unlimited Dual Position Brush Mascara. So I'm gonna do the Washable Blackest Black. So it looks like this. It's quite an interesting little bottle. And then you screw it open and it can go bent, which they recommend for doing the bottom, and then straight for the top. So let's just see how this works. So I'm doing it straight right now for the top. It is a stabby wand, but so far it's not hurting me. Holy crap, this mascara is amazing. Ow, I stabbed myself. Okay, then you can bend it. There's this little thing right here that makes it so that you can bend it to get underneath. See how you can get in there really easily? Quite genius, right? Oh, it's really good for this side. Then you can really get into the corner pieces super well. Whoa, Twiggy. That's intense lashes, you guys. Okay, that works really well. I think I'm just gonna wet my brush a little bit using some Makeup Forever Mist and Fix. And I'll go back into that brightener shade from the CoverFX palette, just this white one. And I do wanna see what it looks like wet, because I've lost a little bit of the intensity. Okay, cool, that's better. I'm gonna go ahead and brush off my bake. My brush broke, by the way. But I love this brush so much that I'm just gonna go ahead and keep the end bit. Okay, I did notice that when I was doing my bottom lashes, I got just a little bit of mascara up on the top here. So just keep that in mind that it is a little bit more wet. I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face with the Mist and Fix from Makeup Forever first. Oh, I love the smell of this stuff so much. So I missed it first and then I put the highlight on, and then that way it makes the highlight a little bit more intense. I have some new lipsticks that I want to play with. They're from Urban Decay and it's a little box that says Read My Lips. And then we've got 4 shades in here. Naked, Firebird, Love Drunk, and Heartless. And I feel like Heartless looks like it's gonna be a color that I really will like. It's like the perfect like kind of soft nudie pink. I also wanna get the double X Naked and see what that one looks like. Ooh, that one's pretty as well. They're fairly close. The Naked is just a little bit darker, so I might just kind of mix and match a little bit. I'm gonna apply my favorite lip liner, which is my Lord & Berry number 3045 Natural. My lip line is starting to feather into the rest of my skin, so it's been really difficult because it just kind of like, there's not a solid line anymore. Like I always used to like hear my clients complaining about that, and I was like, is that actually a thing? Like, do your lips actually shrink and then feather into your skin? It's true. I was looking back at like pictures of when I was younger. My lips were so much bigger. Not that they were huge or anything, but they were definitely fuller. And they were so much more pigmented as far as the color. Like I used to hate how red they were. And now they're like starting to fade out so that when I have no makeup on, I have like no color to my lips, which is so funny because that's like what I wanted when I was younger. So that's what that one looks like, which is like a really nice everyday, just kind of like pinky, kind of like a rosy pink. Then we're gonna take the Heartless, which is a little bit lighter. Oh, definitely a lot more pink. Heartless is definitely pink, like you can see that is pink. This is the Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Monaco. Just got this, haven't tried it yet. Oh. Okay, well that's covered everything I had on. Okay, so I am noticing that contour color has gone a little bit muddy looking on me, especially around here. I don't know if it's the finishing powder as well or if it's just the contour, but it is looking a little kind of ashy, which is super annoying. And it's also a little ashy right here, not as bad, but it's definitely ashy in this kind of area. I don't know why that happens to me. It's super annoying though. There's 2 highlighters in here. I think I'm gonna take this more rosy one. It's definitely a little bit cooler toned. Wow, look at that, that's like beaming. When you first put it on, you're like, oh, that's gonna be so dark. But then all of a sudden the silver kind of shimmers come through, and then it's like, whoa, blinding. I think if I did not have a tan right now, that would be way too dark. I'm taking this one over here now, which is more golden, and I'm just kind of popping that over here above my brow. I think I'm going to take that one on my nose as well. So it looks a little heavy on the skin, and it's definitely picking up the texture, unfortunately. It's okay when you're far away, but when you get up close, it's a little bit, it just is enhancing my pores, and it's a little kind of ashy looking in a way. It's gonna kind of blend out that blush and the highlight. I think because it's so silvery that it looks a little bit like fake, kind of like alien-like on me. And that mascara has transferred. How did that happen? Oh, when I was looking up. It's definitely a wet formula, that one. I'm just gonna kind of add a little bit more of my white powder on the brush here. Just try and hide that mascara, but no, that's not working at all. Okay, well, let me just spray one last spray. I like the brushes. I thought those were great. The palette is a little bit too cool toned for me. This is definitely more of a silvery highlight. The contour is a little bit, it's just looking a little muddy on my face around here especially, which happens to me unless I get something really warm. It really does just look kind of ashy and muddy. It just doesn't look that good. I don't really care for the contour. I think it's great in the actual crease, but again, it was a little cool. So it's just overall a little bit too cool tone for me. I think the highlighters are really pretty, but just a little bit silvery. I think maybe next time I'll try the more rosy one versus, or more of the golden one versus the rose one. They're just a little bit like silver, and they do definitely enhance. Look at that brightener. I feel like I might try the brightener next time. They definitely do enhance the texture and the pores, which I just really don't care for nowadays. I just feel like there's so many people that just slap on all of this highlighter and like their pores look so big. And there's nothing wrong with having big pores, but it's like, why would you want to enhance that? That's why I use a pore filling powder. I just don't want to like do all this work to like put powder on to like fill my pores and then put a highlighter on and it brings all those pores back, because it just makes you look like your skin is all pitted. I don't know. So I don't know if I'm a fan of the highlight. I think it looks really pretty on the nose because I don't have like pores on my nose, luckily, like at that part at least. So I think that looks okay. It's just, I don't know. It's just enhancing my pores a little bit too much, but it is beaming. It is beautiful. Like from afar, it's like, wow, check out her highlight. And I think it would be beautiful in video and beautiful in pictures, but I think in real life, when you're getting up to someone and they're like, dang, dig, 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 you can just see the pores really bad. If you're someone who doesn't have big pores, then you would love this, but I do have really big pores, especially on this area of my face. So I just feel like it's just enhancing it. I think the blush is absolutely beautiful though. I really like the blush. I think that was beautiful. And then the finishing powder is so hard to tell because I had another finishing powder on. So I wish I would have totally not done that. I totally forgot about it, but I was expecting it to be sparkly and I'm not seeing any sparkles on my face. And then as far as the eyeshadow goes, you do get a lot of fallout, but I think it is really pretty. I think the colors are fun. They're all very shimmery. So you would definitely want to have like a matte contour color first. But I think that they came across really beautiful, especially when you use your fingers. So I think this little Model Co in Mykonos is really pretty. The mascara did really well. Like my lashes look really intense. I like the little bendy wand. It's just that it transferred. So maybe like take your time after you put your mascara on not to do anything else, because it's transferred down here and I can't get it off. Like once it's on there, it's not coming off. But I think my lashes do look really open and big and like very dramatic. So I think it did a really good job. It's just, you do need to be very careful with it. As far as the lips, I don't know about this color. It's a little kind of like metallic-y for me. I think the lipsticks were nice, a little bit pinker than I go for usually. The Naked one was really pretty, but again, a little bit darker. I just usually like a little lighter color. So I think I'm just gonna pop on my lip gloss, the IGXO Maxine on top. This is back in stock now, guys. I just need something a little lighter and a little peachier, and I just don't really like that metallic finish because it makes my wrinkles really stand out on my lips. I don't like that. I want them to look filled in. I feel like this liquid lipstick below is like soaking up the gloss. It's like not looking shiny. I just really don't like the contour color. I feel really like muddy and cruddy, like especially over here. It's just not looking very good. But I think the eyes turned out beautifully. Now that I have my lip gloss on, the lips are great. And this mist, I've been using this just recently because I ran out of my other one. You guys, it works so good. I wore my makeup the other day and like at 10 o'clock at night, I went into the bathroom and I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, my makeup still looks really good. Like I was hardly oily at all. So I really recommend this one. It is so amazing and it smells really, really nice. I've had it for so long and I just never used it, and I'm so glad I started using it again because I feel like it works so, so well. Oh, and the little brow gel with the fibers, that one was good. Yeah, it made my brows like really quick. My hair is like crazy. It's all wild from being up in a bun. So there you guys go. I mean, that highlight is beaming. If you can look past the fact that it like enhances your pores, look at that. When you turn, it's just like ice, diamonds. It's just wow. really intense. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. I'll link everything down below for you guys. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. It's at Sam Sherman. And of course, subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And I'll see you guys very soon. Mwah.